He'd taught her how to use the compass as well as a lot of stuff about survival, just in case the time came when she was on her own. And so, every now and then, when they weren't busy just trying to get by, they'd sit in an old bathtub and pretend to row. Even though it had seemed like a game to Zoe at the time, he'd made sure she was doing it right anyway. And she knew just how to do it. The only thing that surprised her was how hard it was to pull the oars through the water. "Why don't you look where you're going?" she'd asked her dad. "When you're rowing, you mean?" he said. "Yes, why do you sit looking backwards?" "It's just the way it's done," he said. "You couldn't row half as well facing forwards." It had always seemed strange to her, but now it was even worse. There before her was Norwich getting smaller and smaller with each stroke. She was heading into the unknown without even looking where she was going. She rowed and rowed until her small supply of food had gone. She had put the compass on the floor of the boat in front of her, and every few seconds she checked her direction against it. There was no sign of land now, and a creeping fear began to seep into her. She looked at the compass almost every stroke. It was her only chance now. Like magic, its tiny hand kept pointing in the same direction. It knew where she was going, even if she didn't. She lost all sense of time. The sun was somewhere way overhead and beat on the back of her neck, making her feel dizzy. She pushed her hair out of her eyes, but the sea wind blew it back across her face. She felt faint. She was in trouble. She had just enough awareness to pull in her oars. Then she slumped over them. In her stupor, she replayed the nightmare where she had lost her parents.